Hello. Welcome to this mindful movement session. Today, what I want to do is lead you through a process that's called tapping or emotional freedom technique. And you may have heard of this. It's become quite mainstream in the last few years. In fact, there's a tapping summit going on right now, and 10,000 people from around the world are gathering to learn more about tapping. So whatever your relationship is with tapping, or maybe this is the first time you've ever heard of it, doesn't matter. You are going to get everything you need to know in this session. What I love about tapping is that we can do it with any of the heightened emotions or even physical symptoms that we might be feeling. We're able to tap on them. And tapping employs the science from the meridian system of the body, as well as our subconscious limbic system. And it allows us an opportunity to reset or to come back into some fluidity where we might be feeling stuck or caught in a loop around our emotions. And so how we begin is with a setup statement, and we're going to tap right here on the side of our hand, and this is called the karate chop point. We tap here. You can tap with 2 or 3 fingers right in this space. Nice and easy, but also firmly. And this is where we do the setup statement, and we'll do that in just a minute. I'm going to take you through all the points first. So this would be the setup statement. And then we come through our first point, and it's going to be right on the edge of where your eyes kind of come through, right where you feel that bone there, right at the edge of maybe where your eyebrows are. And we tap with 2 fingers on either side here. And then we move to the outside of the eye. They're still tapping on the bone, and on the bone underneath the eyes, right straight down. And then taking one hand, I like to take my non-dominant hand, tapping underneath the nose, underneath the mouth. And then find the little knobbies there, collarbone coming down and out just a bit, right there. Tapping underneath the arm. So armpit down just a little bit from that, right in there. You might find a little sore point. That's exactly where it is. And then back to the side of the hand. And that's a full round. And generally when we're doing a session, we do 3 rounds per kind of our opening. All right. So the opening setup statement goes, even though, and then you would talk about what's going on. Even though I'm really stressed about this test right now, I deeply and fully accept myself. Even though this test is really challenging me, I deeply and fully accept myself. And you can tap on either side, right? So even though, that's how you start it, even though, and then sharing what is going on. Even though I had a fight with my best friend, I deeply and fully accept myself. And you're going to say that setup statement, and you don't have to say exactly the same, but you're talking about what's going on. Even though the fight with my best friend was really, really horrible, and I feel just so crappy, I deeply and fully accept myself. So we always follow it up with, I deeply and fully accept myself. If I'm feeling super triggered, having a really difficult time, I might not be able to say, I deeply and fully accept myself. So I might just say, I accept myself as much as I can. Okay, so we can say that. And after we say our setup statement 3 times, we're going to just go through how we're feeling. So I'm going to go back to the test example. This test is really stressing me out. I'm feeling really scared that I'm going to fail. I'm uncertain how to get through this test. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to study more. I don't know how to remember all of this information. So this first round, I'm just talking about what the struggle is that I'm going through and how difficult it is and what's going on. And I go through my full round. And then on the second round, I'm going to talk about how I'm feeling. I'm so frustrated. So very, very frustrated. I'm so angry. I'm so frustrated and angry. I'm so frustrated and angry. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling so heavy and yucky and frustrated. And so you can talk about it. You are allowed, if you want to use expletives, you're welcome to do that. It's your tapping session. So as colorful as you want your language to be, but you're going to talk about those feelings as you come through this whole second round. And then for your third and final round, you're going to talk about how you might like to shift it. I choose to support myself. I choose to believe I'm going to pass. I choose to help myself learn this information. I choose peace. I choose to reach out for support. Whatever it is that you could choose in that moment, I choose to breathe and remember I will make it through. I choose to support myself no matter what. I choose to know that I'm going to be okay, whatever it is. And then just taking a deep breath in and letting go. And then you might notice that something has shifted or maybe not, and you might want to begin again. Even though I shifted a little bit around my test, I'm still feeling some discomfort. And I deeply and fully accept myself. Even though this test is still a little stressful, I deeply and fully accept myself. Even though I just don't know how to get through it, I deeply and fully accept myself. And you can just keep tapping around what's going on, how you're feeling, and what you might choose, how you would like to feel, what you would like to shift to, what you can believe. And you can just do this as a way of helping yourself to recenter. Now, it's not a magic blue pill necessarily, where every symptom that you have or every bit of stress will go away. But what we're hoping is that you can get a little bit of space from maybe the intensity or the lock of the feelings, so that you get a little bit of breath back in, so that you can see a little bit of potential or choice inside of this. So that is a way to use emotional freedom technique or tapping to support yourself when you're having some difficult emotions or feeling stuck someplace. So I hope that you enjoyed this mindful movement, and I hope that you will be able to apply this technique some way in your life. I'll also just finish before I let you go with the quick hack. So if you don't want to go through all of the points, you can just do the karate chop point and just tap here. And sometimes I'll tell you a secret. I do this in meetings. If something's going on and I'm starting to feel a little stressed, and I'll just kind of tap, and I won't be able to speak out loud. And so I'll just tap to myself, even though this is getting really stressful. I deeply and fully support myself right now. Okay. So don't worry about doing it wrong. Don't worry about counting how many times you're at this. If you want to go further into EFT, just find a practitioner who's doing that work in your area or on campus. And, you can go further into it. But while you're practicing with yourself, just let it be easy. Just let yourself make it as easy as you can to support yourself with this type of mindful movement.